Hi, I'm Connie George, and welcome to Carnegie Science Center's Something to Watch during Earth Week. I'm interviewing Heather Benek today. Heather is a health educator and a zero waste consultant. She produced 3.5 pounds of waste in 2019, and in 2020, she's producing 1 pint of waste a month. Heather, can you tell us how you do it?
That's a great question. So it's valuable to know, right off from the start, that there really is no zero in zero waste living. So zero waste is we focus on diverting what we can from the landfill. So that means that composting is a big part of that, refusing what we don't need, reusing what we can, recycling, and then the last option, whether it's with a physical item or food, is that it would be thrown away. The way that I do zero waste is going to be very different than the way you may do zero waste, but it's equally as important and valuable, and I think, frankly, fun. With the trash jar that I keep, that's a tool that I use to help reduce my waste. This is my trash jar. There's things in here this is from an essential oil bottle. There's this was on sweet potatoes. There's some bubble wrap in there. Bubble wrap is something that can be recycled at Whole Foods and some Giant Eagles. So one of the a really easy thing to do is to carry your own reusables kit. So this is the jar that I carry in my purse. It also has a jar sweater that I made. And this way I can hold hot or cold things in there. And the jar's been really useful because I put beverages in there. I've gotten ice cream in here. I'll take leftovers home from restaurants or parties in this. I can put my own snacks for the day in it. It doesn't leak, which is really handy. A reusable bag, just whatever you have. This is my bamboo to-go-ware. If I didn't already have this, I would just use utensils from my kitchen. And then I also find it really helpful to carry a cloth napkin for napkin purposes, or also if I buy baked goods or cookies or something, I can just take it right in my napkin. And then also a handkerchief that reminds me of my grandpa. So those are really handy things to carry with you. And then just creating a system to remember to use these things is really valuable. Maybe it's an alert on your phone before you have lunch, but it's just being proactive. If you are ordering a drink or something, say I have my own jar. I really encourage you to ask what is the end of life care for this item? Mm-hmm. Can it be composted? Can it be reused? Can it be recycled? Does it have to die? My jar, this should be able to be used indefinitely unless I break it.
Heather, this is great stuff. How can someone contact you for more information or to get some help from you?
So you can find me on my website. It's heatherbenek.com. I'm also on Instagram. I share a lot of tips and we'll post pictures of the ways that I'm reducing waste and inspire others, answer questions.
Can you give us 5 actionable items or tips that we can take home today and use them right away?
Absolutely. So I would say the first one is to swap your paper products. So if you're using paper towels, just use what you have and then choose to switch to fabric, cloth towels instead. And I always encourage people to refuse what you do not need so that you're not bringing extra waste into your home. Anything that you don't truly need, give yourself permission not to purchase it or bring it into your life. Mending items is a really valuable one, that shirt that has a little tear, or your jeans, or I learned to darn socks and it's really, really fun. Creating a composting system, whether it's drop off, worm bin, composting in your backyard with a friend, and then also doing a trash audit, which is essentially what my jar is. At the end of a week or a month or whatever is relevant for you, look through your trash and see what is the biggest offender that's being sent to the landfill. Maybe it's packaging from bread, or maybe it's packaging from proteins, or from Amazon orders, or clothes you're throwing away. Whatever it is, just take an honest look at those things and contemplate and find a creative solution for reducing that.
Thanks so much for your time. I'm certainly going to be more conscious about the waste that I produce at home.
Thank you. May I share a favorite quote with you?
Yes, please.
Okay. So one of my favorite quotes that was really inspiring to me is Zero Waste Chef said, her name is Anne-Marie Banu. She says that we don't need a handful of people doing zero waste perfectly. We need millions of people doing zero waste imperfectly.